third dimensional matrix, Saturn moon matrix, etc. Whoever still hasn't awakened yet and became aware of what this place is, they don't believe it unless they see it with the two eyes, the two illusionary eyes. And we all know the two eyes that are inside our avatars only can see the illusionary world, only can see 10% of the color spectrum. We can't see. That's a damn fly. As soon as I go live, if I want to start flying around me, see how they do. But yeah, so I'm saying, you're seeing is believing. You have to show, even if you show the ones that are asleep, they still won't believe you because it's not meant for that. You know, Especially with all these new radiations, solar radiations coming in, all this new energy coming in, with the whole pole shift going on, and the solar eclipse happening next month, and everything's being turned up, everything's being acclimated, everything's waking up, and everybody's thought process is changing. This is why conversations are start getting more deeper from here on out. But you got one thing we gotta understand and understand, that we're outnumbered. For every for every 5,000 for every 5,000 NPCs, you got one person that's woke. So you might live in a town, you might be surrounded by agents, NPCs, zombies, whatever you want to call them, etc. You're going to be the only one in that area chosen. You choose yourself to raise the vibrations, raise the consciousness of that area. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. Seeing is believing. We only can see 10% of the light spectrum here, because we're in a light cold lockdown here under this illusionary veil of sleep, under this king goose cycle, under this artificial construct. This is why most can't see outside of this third dimensional paradigm. Most can't see outside of their job. Most can't see outside of the religion aspect of everything. Most can't see outside of monetary gains, because it's not meant for that. But, you know, you can manifest different things and start seeing outside of that. I tell myself every day, I do not consent to this. And I try every day to push my consciousness and my awareness to the next level, because I know I'm not trying to what's up? I'm not trying to have shortcomings, and I'm not trying to subjugate myself to false indoctrinations no more. I know, so crazy. I was somewhere yesterday, right? I was out and about somewhere yesterday. I was doing a job somewhere, and these women, these ladies, they were nice women. They were respectable women. They were just uninformed. One of the women was teaching about the chakras. Was teaching about your kundalini arising. She was teaching about your pineal gland, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, all your different chakras, right? And she had no idea what that chakra chart was. But I was in amazement. How can you be in here teaching about the chakra chart, but you have no idea what any of it means? And she ended up telling me, you need to come in here and have a class and inform us about it. But that goes to show you have uninformed people talking about things they have no idea of what it is. So it's our job to go around and, I feel like, to educate people, to inform people, to that's what I'm saying, to raise the consciousness, because sometimes seeing is believing. I didn't even have to show them anything verbatim. All I did, the words that I spoke alone was enough to ring a bell. Because I seen her eyes, her eyes were like, started like wandering off like everywhere, because she was in amazement. That's what I'm saying. This is not meant for most. It's only meant for some. It's only a few. That's why seeing is believing. That's why most have to see, even if they see that Jesus Christ is a demon, they still won't believe it, because they've been so embedded inside this 3D reality paradigm. And that's why during these solar maximums, the solar eclipse of April 8th and beyond, is going to be the grand awakening of the masses, you know, because we're going into a pole shift. Like I said, everything's been acclimated. Everything has to change. I think we're gonna be able to time jump. I think things are gonna be so different here in the next 5 to 10 years. You won't even recognize people anymore. Because everything has been frozen in time. Everything has been frozen in time. Real shit. And the vibratory rate starts to speed up. People's thought process is gonna speed up. So this is why most of the clones, most of the clones and NPCs, I don't know. See, I think an NPC can wake up, can reach a certain height of consciousness, but something like a clone, because a clone wasn't like wasn't didn't come through a woman's portal organically. So anything that's a hybrid, I don't think they have the. I think they can wake up, but I don't think they have a spiritual awakening. I think there's a difference. I think you have to have a certain genetics coding is embedded in you to have that type of spiritual awakening. And that's what I was telling my mom the other day. I was having a conversation with my mom about genetics, and she was telling me. I told her a long time ago how we used to be green and purple, but the vibratory rate fell, and we fell in vibrations and frequencies, and then we became brown. It's the same thing as a leaf. A leaf dies in the wintertime, right? It becomes brown, so it's the same color as my skin. So I'm saying the vibrations and the frequencies have been so low here over the past thousands and thousands of years. We breaking out of this cycle. We breaking out of the Kali Yuga cycle. We breaking out of this King Wu cycle. We going into a new age. That's what I'm saying. Seeing is believing. I see beyond this third dimensional paradigm. I'm so over this place. I'm over this place, but I'm not over this place. You know what I'm saying? I just overstand this place now, man. I feel like I feel like I made it to the next level in the video game. Because this third dimension, this virtual reality is nothing but a video game. That's what I'm saying. You choose yourself to become a main player in this game. It's either you're gonna be if you it's either you wake up, you choose yourself to become a main player in this game, or you can stay an NPC based player in this game and have no purpose, have no spiritual purpose, have no purpose at all. You just dare to be a backdrop player. That's it. That has no purpose. You know, we are everything that was built here in this 3D artificial construct was meant to keep us having no purpose. This is why they were so keen on snatching us up out of our parents' household at an early age to give us all these non-purpose identities. You know, so we wake up and we start finding our purpose. We start digging deep, going inside. We start getting different downloads because a download is something that's already embedded into your DNA coding or your DEA. Either one that you had, it's already something it's instilled into you. You download it. You getting back what you have what you have forgotten through indoctrination, through programming by this 3D reality. Because we get programmed with their indoctrinations to forget who we are. That's why we have to go back and we have to reprogram. We have to unprogram to reprogram. So that's all I did was unprogram to reprogram myself with different downloads. This is why most can't see past the 3D reality paradigm. They don't. When you start talking about dimensions, you lose them right then and there because they only can see the physical world with their two eyes. Your two eyes are a lie, and I had mentioned that to the ladies yesterday too about your third eye, your pineal gland. They had no clue what a pineal gland was. I shit y'all not. But I sat there and I had a full blown. I had dialogue with them. The conversation was good. It wasn't negative. They didn't try to shoot me down what I was saying because they wanted to be informed. They were, like I said, they was uninformed. So you have to enlighten these people on what this shit is. Because I was telling them about the pineal gland, how your mind's eye is your real eye. Your mind's eye enables you to see into the spiritual world. And these ladies didn't know that. These were Caucasian women, mind you. They were Caucasian women. And they were sitting there telling me, we don't know what a pineal gland is. We never heard of that. I'm thinking to myself, they were twice my age. Mind y'all. Where's your reincarnation video you did? I took that down, bro. I'm gonna do another reincarnation video, man. Because I had did one. I did a reincarnation video a few months ago. You can go back into my videos, into my archive, and check that out if you want. But I'm gonna do a part 2 on that video. But I know a lot of us know about reincarnation. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this is my last time incarnating here into a physical body, into a physical vessel, because I understand what this place is. And we know this is an energy extraction matrix set up by some evil outside entities. We know the moon is used as a vehicle. The moon is nothing but one big satellite. It's a satellite, it's a lab, it's an energy weapon, It's a soul recycling facility. It's all the above. And you have all these different entities living there. They got bases on the moon, like real cities on the moon, just like here. 3D physical reality. It's just a fourth dimension paradigm up there, and you have lower fourth dimension entities running the moon. That's why the moon was the original sin. The original sin was the moon, because 20,000 years ago the moon wasn't in the solar system. It wasn't inside Mother Earth's atmosphere. Because one day the moon just popped up out of nowhere. Nobody knew what the fuck it was. So the ancestors start calling it the original sin because they used it as a weapon. They started seeing when it was a full moon, people was people would have attitudes. People would start going crazy because they send off certain freak. They hit this place. This place gets bombarded by certain frequencies and certain energies from that moon. And this is what causes majority of the masses to lose their mind, to go lunacy during the full moon. That's why I don't like to be out when it's the full moon. I don't even like looking at the moon, to be honest with you. I did it like 4 months ago, but I can reiterate. I can just you can ask me any question you want about the moon, bro. I can try my best to answer it because I do a lot of studying, man, about that moon. I do a lot of research about it, and this is why the moon the moon was brought here 16,000 years ago. The moon is used as an energy harvesting system. It's used as a reincarnation system. So this is why when you leave, this is why they say we die. We really don't die. We just reincarnate here time and time and time and time over again, life after life after life. This is why most be having deja vu. This is why when you be sitting somewhere, you feel like, damn, I feel like I've been here before. That's because you have. And wherever your DNA, you can be genetically tied to this land. I feel like I'm genetically tied to this land, so I only can reincarnate here in the Northern Gate. The Northern Gate is North America. It's a portal. So I feel like you can be genetically tied to Canada. You can keep reincarnating, recycling to that landmass because you genetically tied to that landmass, and they use the moon via as a a reincarnation facility. So they suck your soul. Yeah, right. You're right. Your reincarnation is real. That's what Pac said. Pac said it. Pac said it. Pac said, I don't fear death. He said, my only fear is reincarnation because this is esoteric knowledge we talking about. This is metaphysics we talking about. We, we wasn't taught metaphysics coming up through school. We wasn't taught quantum physics coming up in school. They didn't teach us about none of this stuff in school. We wasn't informed about reincarnation in school. School played a major part in stopping us from figuring out that we reincarnated into a new vessel. This is what they use school for, because the teacher is there as a gatekeeper to stop us from figuring out what the fuck's going on. We taught that the moon is a good thing in school. Coming up in school, we taught that the moon is 100,000 miles away, and all reality, the moon's inside the moon's inside of the firmament, which pretty much I think most of us know these things. But to the ones that don't know, I'm here to teach and show. But to the ones that don't know yet, yeah, the moon's inside of the firmament. But lead up to the school system, they teaching us that school is outside of the dome, that is hundreds of thousands of miles away. But in our actuality, the moon has been used by these draconian reptilians, has been used by these Pleiadians, has been used by Ashtar Command as a soul recycling facility to keep us trapped here in the 3D reality. They showed us that in that movie Ghost. Yeah, Pac said that because they know they study esoteric knowledge. Esoteric knowledge, esoteric means within. It means if it was exoteric, that means everybody would know about it. So this is why they came out with religion. This is why they came out with Catholicism. This is why the Pope and John D. Rockefeller, all these different entities came together and formulated these different fronts to keep us blind to the fact that we reincarnate here time and time again. This is one of the biggest lie. This is one of the biggest secrets that they kept swept under the rug. But this is common sense now that we know, because that moon, you can tell that moon's a car. That they driving that moon everywhere. When this system does collapse, because the firmament will disappear one day. The firmament won't be around long. The firmament will disappear, and I believe these evil entities, they're gonna take the moon and drive it back to wherever they brought it from. They're gonna have to use a comet to take it back to where they brought it from, or they're gonna have to steer it up out of here because the moon's gonna fall. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. The moon will fall because the moon's been playing a part in keeping this energy extraction matrix going. That's why they call it a Saturn. They call it a Saturn moon matrix because of Saturn, the planets. That's where the Saturnians live at. These evil deities that live there, that's been keeping us encapsulated inside of this veil of secrecy, that's been keeping us encapsulated inside this prison planet. That's why this place used to be a magical place. That's where Disney get their magical moniker from. When Disney talks about all the wonderful magical world of Disney, they stole that from us because planet Gaia, Mother Earth, planet Kai, Tiamat used to be a magical place. But they metamorphed this place into a prison, to a hell. This is a form of a hell because this is a physical. You're in a physical avatar. We wasn't inside of these physical bodies at one time. They encapsulate our souls into these bodies, time and time, life after life after life. That's unnatural. It's allegories. The moon is the feminine celestial body, referring to the physical body according to astrology. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they do use astrology. That's why when you come into a physical body, they put your the bottom of your soul on a birth certificate because they send that shit to the Vatican. They study astrology. They study us. They know this shit. That's right. The moon the moon is unnatural though. The moon that moon our original you gotta think Tia Roberts. Our original moon, we haven't seen our original moon in billions of years. The moon that you see in the sky, that lunar moon, it's only been here 16,000 years. 16,000 years. That moon was brought here from a different star system by evil draconian reptilians on the tail end of a comet. They brought it here, parked it in Tiamat's planet Earth's Mother Earth's atmosphere, and they started using it as an energy extraction system. They started using it as a reincarnation system because before that we wasn't breathing in oxidized air. When you start breathing, when they implemented oxygen, that's what started the aging process. So we only started living 80 years, 100 years. We wasn't living thousands of years no more. So this is why they use the moon as a reincarnation facility. The moon the moon doesn't, for me, planet Mother Earth alone is a woman. It's feminine energy. The moon doesn't represent feminine energy to me. The moon is more masculine energy because you have evil. I'm not saying our original moon wasn't that, but the new moon, that moon in the sky is artificial. So let alone we living inside of an artificial construct inside this 3D reality. That's why everything here is artificial. Artificial foods, artificial sweeteners. The government is artificial. If you saying you black, that makes you an artificial human. That makes you an artificial humanoid. If you say that you white, that makes you an artificial humanoid. If you saying you're a 9 to 5 wage slave, that makes you an artificial humanoid. Anything that falls under these allegories makes you artificial. So I'm saying the moon is artificial. Our original moon, we haven't seen it in billions of years. Brother, one last question. Is that video under the title Reincarnation? It's under the title of Reincarnation. I know reincarnation. Yeah, they showed us in that. I put a movie clip from that movie Sopranos. It was a movie. I know y'all remember the show Sopranos, right? I took a clip from that movie because when the main character he had an NDE, a near death experience. He was about to so-called transition and go to the other side, so-called. They use his loved ones against him. That's the draconian reptilian. They're metamorph. They're transform into a loved one, or they'll send a loved one at you to jinx you into coming back down here because they sell this place to you as an amusement park in the spiritual world. When you go to the astral plane, the astral realm, you have different entities up there. And before you can get to the astral realm, the moon sucks you in. So that's why it's best for you not to follow religion. It's best for you not to be attached to anything before you leave the physical reality because they're gonna use that against you to get you to come back down this motherfucker. They'll send your grandma at you. They'll send your dad at you. Anything that you loved here in your past life, they're gonna send that at you to get to hoax you into coming back down here, and they're gonna sell it as an amusement. If they don't do that, they'll try to sell it as an amusement park. They're like, "Hey man, go down into our matrix down there. You can go down there and be rich. You can go down there and be anything you want to be. You can go down there and manifest and look what we have. Look at that wonderful world we have down there. Mind you, this is the Pleiadians. These evil entities trying to sell this place to you and up in their up in the moon or in the astral plane. But once you get down here, you come into consciousness. You figure out this place is a fucking prison. So that's where the hoax comes into play at. That's where the technology comes into play at. This whole construct is set up on technology and trigonometry. Is used is used as evil instead of good. But they portray it as good. They portray it as good, but in all actuality, it's really evil. Mother Earth is not evil itself because Mother Earth represents feminine energy. Mother Earth is a living organism. Mother Earth is feminine. Right, right. So that's to answer your question. Mother Earth is feminine. Tia Roberts. The moon is that artificial moon. No, I mean I would have to agree to disagree on that because me knowing that the moon is artificial, it's not. It's it's not real. It's translucent. Is used as a weapon. Anything that is used against the weapon against you, what does that make it? That means it's your enemy, right? You can go out in the sun and get energy. You can go out in the sun and sun gaze and get downloads. For every 8 minutes you stand in the sun, you get downloads. If you go stand and look at the moon for 8 minutes, you might lose your fucking mind. Huh? If you if you go out in the full moon and look at the full moon for a whole hour, you will literally lose your mind. You be ready to go do some harm to someone. If you go stand and look in the sun, you get energized. Your DNA gets activated. Your DEA gets activated. Different plasma energies hitting your anatomy from the sun. It acclimates you. You can become more wiser than what you was before. You can become stronger. You get energy from the sun. You can eat the sun literally and get energy. This is what our ancestors practiced. This is before the moon was even here. 20,000 years ago, that moon you see in the sky wasn't here. There was no such thing as that moon. We didn't have nightfall 20,000 years ago. We had green skies, purple skies. We had all type of different colors of skies. We didn't just have the sky we have now is CGI based. It's a computer hologram, the sky we have now, because it's a draconian overlay that we've been encapsulated in. I told you we're in a light prison. This is a light prison we in. You a hexahedron outside of your body. A hexahedron is a five-pointed star. That's earth, air, wind, fire, spirit. You a hexahedron outside of your body. You a ball of energy outside of your body. They want you to believe that you are your body, that you are the avatar. You're not that avatar you think you are. That's the artificial you. The real you is the spiritual you. The universe is real. The 3D reality is fake. This is the illusionary world. That's why I say seeing is believing. You only can, like I said, you only can see 10% of the color spectrum here. You can't see past the 3D reality paradigm because we're under a light code lockdown. We're in a light prison. What's up, spiritual awakening? What happens when you inside of a prison? That means you've been encapsulated. That means your hexahedron, your energy source has been minimalized and stuffed into us. That's like somebody taking your avatar right now and stuffing it into a suitcase. That's like taking your body and stuffing it into a small closet. You've been encapsulated. You've been shrunken down. You've been minimalized. You've been shrunken of your. You can't facilitate none of your powers no more. We all have supernatural powers, supernatural abilities. I know for some of y'all when y'all was kids, y'all probably did some supernatural shit that y'all can't believe y'all did. Like, damn, how did I do that? That's your spiritual side coming into play because you more in tune with the universe, with the multiverse as a kid. This is why they try to kill your inner child via inoculations, via working a 9 to 5 job, via indoctrination, via educational system, via religion. That kills your inner child. That kills the inner you. The inner you is your real you. Your higher self. Your higher self is your real you, which pretty much some of y'all already know that. Your lower self. That's the your higher self. You can say your higher self is God. That's your God frequency. That's Christ consciousness. Your lower self can be the devil, because then you becoming fixated on external pleasures. You becoming fixated on all the shit that the amusement park has to offer you. You know what I'm saying? And this is real shit I'm telling y'all. Thanks for them likes, y'all. Thanks for them likes. Show me some love, y'all. Show me some love. But I'm glad I can get on here, and that's what the whole 2019 situation was about. That's what the inoculations was about. To stop you from opening up your crown chakra. Your crown chakra is your corona chakra, right? So what happened during 2019? What happened when they wanted everybody to stay embedded inside of their houses? They didn't want you outside getting that sun, right? Because they knew new energies were coming in during 2019. Remember all those solar eclipses that were going on during 2019. All these different solar radiations coming in from the cosmos. All these different solar flares, and they say X marks the spot. X represents X symbolizes a new beginning. So when they try to say X is a bad thing, that's why they switched Twitter over just to the word X, because X signifies a new beginning. Because we're at the turn of a new century, right? All these different solar eclipses going on, right? X. That's why X is put across the American continent. Because in the same time, in the same sense, the wicked is being judged, and a new way of living is being facilitated, because X comes rebirth. So this place has to go through a rebirthing process. It's metamorphing into a rebirthing process where everything's being turned back towards green. Every Mother Earth is waking up and finding out and figuring out she's becoming conscious again. Planet Gaia, Planet Kai, whatever you want to call it, is becoming conscious again. So if the planet is becoming consciousness, coming into consciousness, you're going to come into consciousness too, because you're a living organism, just like the planet that you live on. Everything here has a spirit. Everything here has a consciousness, has the potential to be conscious. The tree that you walk by every day going to your job is alive, just like you. You can communicate with that tree, but the vibratory rate is so low. We've been spiritually cut off under the King Goose cycle, under this fucking fermented dome. We've been spiritually cut off from the cosmos for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. They are zapping people in the middle of their yeah, because that keeps the pineal gland shut like a door. What happens if you in a house and the house is musty and it reeks of odor and cigarette smoke, and you keep everything all the doors shut? You walk in that motherfucker, it's gonna have a foul odor. Instead of you opening them doors, opening your windows, and letting in new light, letting in new energy, letting in new air for the place to breathe and for the place to come to life, it remains subjugated, and it remains just out of order. So it's the same thing with our pineal gland, with our mind's eye. They use the water, they use the contrails that they spray in the air. Everything is used to keep our pineal gland shut, and they've been doing that since birth. Since we first entered to this physical reality since we first entered into this physical reality through our mother's birth canal or portal, whatever you want to call it. They do everything in their power to keep that pineal door shut. That's why you have to go inside sometimes. You have to meditate. Certain food you can't eat no more. This is why it's not best to watch TV all the time. And if you follow religion, I believe that keeps your pineal gland shut too. And if you worshiping anything outside of yourself, that goes along. That plays a major part of keeping your pineal gland shut. Because you're looking outside for something. You're looking outside for something bigger than you, instead of going within and figuring out that you are the prime source. You are the prime source. You are connected directly to source. You connected straight to the multiverse, straight to the universe, different galaxies, different dimensions. And this is why I had posted something on my community where, and this goes back to reincarnation. They say you have moles and birthmarks and all that stuff. That simplifies reincarnation too, because you can go to other planes of existence and experience that. We're supposed to be able to come here, have a human experience, and then be able to leave the fermented. But the fermented dome keeps us stuck in here. But if I'm saying 20,000 years ago, at one point in time, and I do believe it's going to be a time in the future to where we can go back to where we come from, different galaxies, different dimensions. It's billions and billions of different star systems out there. This is a holographic universe that stretches far beyond the human mind. The average NPC, zombie, bot, whatever you want to call them, they cannot comprehend these type of ideologies. They can't comprehend that you can go experience other planes of existence. Down here in the physical, you have to have a physical body, a physical vehicle to experience this reality. But you can go to it's different star systems you can go to. So I'm saying it's bigger than what. So I'm saying seeing is believing. Sometimes you have to see with your mind's eye, with your pineal gland. Your mind's eye is the truth. That's what sees the truth. That's what advocates you can see into the spiritual world. These two eyes in our forehead, they ain't shit because you can't. We blind here. We blind. It's kind of like it's like how they did your boy. It's kind of like how they did your boy in the movie Gladiator. You remember when dude put the blindfolds on him, and then he had a big ass, and then he put a little bit of sword in his hand. It's kind of like they got us blindfolded here. They got us hog-tied here to we only can see 10% of the light spectrum here. So we basically bound it. We tied like it's not fair. They don't. It's an unfair system here. But in all actuality, we still rise up to the occasion to make this matrix dematerialize. Me just getting on here talking my truth dematerializes the matrix. It brings the grid down. Lies always defeat the truth. And the artificial government, everything they ever brought to fruition is artificial. It's fake. It's lies. It's deception. It's bullshit. So when we get on here and we raise our awareness and we speak truth into the universe and we speak truth into the atmosphere, it collapses all of the lies that's been told over time. That's what your boy Nas say. What Nas say in that one song? Open their eyes to the lies, because history is told foul. But I'm as wise as the old owl. That ain't nothing but facts. We opening our eyes to the fucking lies. It's been facilitated by these evil outside entities, these dark forces. This is really a fight between good and evil. This is why when they speak about Christ consciousness, that couldn't be more true. When they talk about the Book of Revelations, the Bible ain't nothing but a Masonic playbook on how they're gonna be brought down, how their whole system is gonna be brought down. They built the system up over thousands of years. It all started with eugenics. It all started with gene splicing. But I made a video about that, about the big head scientists. But this all started. You can go back and look at the what's the name of that one Bible? What's another Bible? I think it's called the Apocrypha. They said it's because it's a 26,000 year purification sun. This is a 26,000 year sun cycle that we seeing. So the old sun cycle, it represented sleep. It represented the iron age. Everything is ruled by iron fist. It represented materialism. It represented classism. It represented dualism, where everything is dualism because you have to have good and bad, right? It represented Catholicism. It represented religion. It represented everything that's kept us fasted and kept us tied down and kept us under these F's, under these extra low frequencies for all this time. We rising no awareness here. So that's why you put your Christ consciousness on. And it's why they talk about this in the Book of Revelation. So everything in the Book of Revelations is not really a bad thing. It's a bad thing for them in their system because everything is being revealed in real time. Everything is being revealed in real time. And I'm saying that to say this. It's the same thing with the apocalypse. The apocalypse means to show something that was once hidden. So they showing you this shit in plain sight. I don't have to make a video ever again. I don't never have to get on here and make a video ever again for this stuff to be facilitated to you, shown to you, because everything's going to be revealed anyway. I'm just playing my part because I'm going to be awarded. I might not get awarded here in the physical, but I might when I leave this avatar, when I go back to wherever star system I come from, I'm gonna be rewarded in a big way because I signed up for this. I used to get mad and say, man, why am I here? Why did I choose to incarnate here? But now I'm starting to figure out why I'm here. I came here just to do this, Some of us came here just to do this. This is a job we got to do, He said, what's up? Do you think Tupac was a human being before he sold his soul? Tupac was a character. These are all characters, man. They're all world stage puppets are all characters. Tupac stands for to program and control. Tupac stems from Operation COINTELPRO. Operation COINTELPRO was facilitated in the 1960s by J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI. So this is where you get your Black Panther Party from. This is where you get uh this is where you get what's the name of that thing? What's it called? What's it called? It's where you get it's where Pan Africanism comes from. Comes from Operation COINTELPRO. Gang stalking comes from Operation COINTELPRO. The neighborhood watch comes from Operation COINTELPRO. So a lot of these characters, these world stage puppets, come from Operation COINTELPRO. Tupac's no different from Trump, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Bill Gates. They're all clones. They're all characters used as weapons against us. Yeah, Pac said some real shit, but at the same time, he was a double agent. He worked. He made it seem like he was fighting for, like he was being righteous and fighting for so-called black people, but in all actuality, he was working for the Moronic Vatican Church. He was a product of the Roman Vatican Church and Catholicism. He was a product of this 3D reality paradigm. He was a product of the CIA. He was a product of the government. Because J. Edgar Hoover said it himself. He said he had to create a Messiah to stop a Messiah from rising out of the so-called black community. Because they know who the chosen people here. Who's the chosen people here? So-called black people. I say so-called black because we're not black. We indigenous. The indigenous people that live on the so-called Northern America landmass, we brown, copper-colored Indians, brown, dark-skinned people, we are the children of the sun. We are the chosen people. Most of us don't know that, but we were the original ones here. That's why if you go look at reading the Gnostics text, if you go read in their Bibles and their Masonic Bibles, they tell you clear as day, the first should be last and the last should be first. We was here first. We've been here hundreds of thousands of years. And who's last here now? Brown skinned, copper colored people, dark skinned people. We last. We the Alpha and the Omega. Because we the original man. That's why they call themselves mankind. When they so called landed on the he was an agent too. MLK was one of the biggest agents. I figured out Martin Luther King was an agent when I first started waking up. I was like, man, I said he gotta be an agent. I said he gotta be one. I said, how? I said, ain't no way he's not an agent. Because Malcolm X did his first interview in 1947. And what other entity was created in 1947? I'll let y'all take a guess. The CIA was facilitated in 1947. So that's not a coincidence that the CIA and Martin Luther King came into existence the same year. And and you know they use gematria. You have a Zohar body, you have a gematria body, you have your spiritual body. But they use numerology. We know this matrix is made up of codes and numbers, of zeros and ones, X's and O's. So Martin Luther, what I was about to say, damn, I lost my train of thought. So that's why that's why they like using numerology and coding. So that's why if Donald Trump wins the so-called presidential seat, we know they're not really the president of anything. They the president of White House Incorporated. This is a corporation. But I'm saying that to say this: if Trump wins the election, what's that make him? The 47th president. What year was the CIA created? 1947. What year was Martin Luther King hit the scene? 1947. You see how all this shit ties in together? What number was that? What number was that so-called mass shooter in Illinois? He was Agent 47, right? See how they use. I did a video about this on my first channel. I think they took that shit down. Oh well, Tupac Pro. Yes, to program and control. I got some shit, man. You know, I got some real knowledge, man. I know my shit. I've been doing this shit for years, man. You know, it take. I wasn't here a long time ago. A few years ago, I didn't have this type of intellect or knowledge. I had to go deep. I had to do some deep digging to get this. This shit ain't meant for everybody because you get to talking this if you get to talking this shit at your family cookout, everybody will flee you because they've been programmed to reject knowledge, and they've been programmed to embrace ignorance and bullshit. Because the masses have been so dumb. Say, yeah, this white girl in my work calls us people of color, and my black co-workers are getting mad at her saying we're not black, we're not colored either. We're not colored people. We're not black. We're not colored. Because if you're saying you colored, that makes you an artificial humanoid. That's why we have to go. That's why we have to use monikers like indigenous. We have to say the originals. I mean, we have to say copper colored Indians because we the Atlanteans too. We the original Atlanteans. We were the first souls here. We some of the original souls that were here on Atlantis. We've been here that long. Even outside of the ice wall, you could consider that Atlantis too, because this used to be one big giant landmass, and we had tall, big ass trees here. Yeah, they all. That's what I'm saying. White people, they call themselves white. In all actuality, and this is science we're dealing with. And I'm not being racially biased when I say this. So-called white people are not white. They're Caucasians. They're Europeans. They're hybrids because they were genetically spliced in a lab through eugenics by the big-headed scientist Yakub off the island of Patmos. On Nern. Nern is the moon, the dark side of the moon. Where I told you the moon is a fucking is a lab, one big lab. They were brought here through a portal because he had to keep on genetically splicing them. It took some time for him to get them at a certain pigmentation, but they were so barbaric at the infancy of the Caucasian humanoid birth. They were so barbaric. They had to put them in the caves because they were so animalistic. But you got to think they're genetically spliced. They share the same genetic properties. They say that they share the same genetic property as an animal. This is why we call it the beast system. This is why we call them the Canaanite bloodline. If you go do your homework, the Canaanite bloodline derives are hybrids too. They're hybrids themselves, but they're controlled by the black nobility. The Canaanite bloodline is Trump. It's Queen Elizabeth. It's the Rothschilds. These are the ones that fell with leprosy that were living in the caves. But you got to think the black nobility gave them power, gave power to the beast. Who's the beast? The Canaanite bloodline, because they fell with leprosy. That's why they call them the Canaanite bloodline, because they share the same genetic properties as the canine dog. And this is science we're dealing with. This is why most of them live underground. This is why most of them they're reptilian hybrids. This is why they live underground and underground bunkers, because they're not surface humanoids. We are surface humans. We can live on the surface because we have the genetic makeups to survive the elements. They can't, because they're the cursed seed. They're Enlil's seed. They're Enlil's kids. They're the cursed bloodline. Yeah, I do a lot of studying and research, man. I swear I do. Yes. Yeah, bro. I have never heard anyone as intelligent as you are. I might not be on your level, but I feel you. I'm glad, bro. I'm black myself, but my girlfriend is white. Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, my I have mixed kids, bro. My wife is white. My wife is Caucasian. So that's what I'm saying. When we say, so this is why I don't like using the word black no more, because, and you can go do your research, bro. I got some videos up. You can go back and watch them. When you say black, look, if you dealing with, when we deal with these words and different nouns, we dealing with etymology. This is why etymology is so vital to learn, because they use words to enslave us. They took the chains of us physically and enslaved us with words. This is why we wasn't taught etymology in school. We was taught the definition of words. We was taught the diction of words. So this is why in school we was always looking up the definition of a word. We wasn't taught etymology, because if we was taught etymology in school, we would have broke down the lies back then. Because if you look up the root word for black, the etymology for black means pale. It means Proto-European. It means albino. It's really them. They did a role reversal with us. If you look up inside of their documents, we was considered white people back in the early 1800s because we indigenous to this land. And black also means spiritually dead, and it means lawless. And if you calling yourself African American means civil mortus. I've done breakdowns about this on past videos, but I don't mind, refreshing the mind. African American means civil mortus. It means dead in the eyes of the law. It means you have no rights. You only have what's it called? Say you live with your parents and your parents give you privileges. So if you're saying you African American and you saying you're a civilian under this corporation, that means you only have privileges. So this is why when 2019 happened, This is why they was able to move on the masses the way they did, because this is an artificial de facto government that's currently going against free will. So this is why this is why we shouldn't call each other black, or we shouldn't say we African American, because that makes you an artificial humanoid. If you saying you're original and you saying you a native, it means you native to the land. Native, what's the word for native? Native means original, indigenous. They took us out of our natural environment and put us into an artificial environment. This artificial environment is ran by the government. It's facilitated by evil outside entities that you can't see with your two eyes. That's why I say seeing is believing, man. You have to really see this shit with your mind's eye to get a better insight on what's going on, man. I mean, I don't see color either, but you gotta think we dealing with genetics too. This is what they teach. This is what they always say. We're all one human race. We all have the same blood. We all have the same DNA. We don't have the same DNA, man. And that's what I'm saying. This is science we're dealing with. You have something called neuromelanin embedded in your DEA and your DNA. Asian people don't have the same DNA makeup as so-called black people. We don't have, and that's a known fact, man. This is why most of other humanoid races don't do well in the sun. This is why you see them walking out with umbrellas in the sun, because because they're a new species of people. They haven't been here that long. They only been around 7,000 years, man. And you can go look this up. You know, the more I start digging for the truth, the more you start digging for the truth, man, it starts to become more prevalent and evident of what the fuck really been taking place here, man. You know, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Echoes of Peace. What's up? Infinity Intelligence. It's true, Joan. I was binge watching your videos. I'm glad I found you, bro. You're a really strong man. Yeah, I am strong, man. But it took a lot for me to get here, man. You know, you gotta have the willpower, the mental fortitude, the intelligence to be able to deal with some of these truths, man. You know, because some of this stuff can blow your mind. Some of this stuff seems like over the top, especially if you still in the process of awakening. Because it was like that for me when I first woke up. Because I started seeing all this demonic shit, and I started seeing how these outside entities have really made this place into a hellhole. But you gotta think, we cosmos beings, man. We come from different star systems, man. I told you, like the multiverse has billions of different galaxies, billions of different star systems, billions of different planets to inhabit. But we've been encoded inside of this light prison, under this light cold lockdown, under this illusionary firmament, that's been facilitated by the evil draconian reptilians, by the Pleiadians, by the dark grays, by the demiurges. The demiurges keep you in a low state of consciousness. They use your free will against you. This is why they get us. This is why they wanted to get you to consent to everything. They have to get you to consent to everything here in the 3D reality. This is where contracts come into play at. This is why they make most of us take on these artificial jobs. This is why they want to keep us all in the artificial mindset. I have never met woke Asians, only Caucasians and us, brother. Yeah. 90. I'm gonna post a video on my charts pretty soon. 90%, I do believe, and I do believe this wholeheartedly. Only 10% of the Caucasian race can connect to their higher self. 90%, and this is genetically known. I think Tucker Carlson did a breakdown about this on Fox News one time, and there's a few other scientists that have done a breakdown about this. 85% of Caucasians have calcified pineal glands. They can't connect to source. They can't connect to their higher self because they were genetically spliced. So only 15% of Caucasians can connect to their higher self. I believe that Infinity Intelligence is one of them. I do believe my wife is one of them. And there's a few soulful Caucasian people that I have met. I do believe they have souls, but 85% of them have calcified pineal glands. They connect, and your pineal gland is the soul of where your soul sits at. That's what connects you to source. That's what connects you to the multiverse. That's what enables you to see past the 3D reality paradigm. It's your pineal gland. So when I woke up, I was first was scared. Yeah, you turn your fear into power, man. You turn your fear into power. That's what it's all about because that's what keeps us stuck to the 3D reality, man. It's fear. They use fear against you via they propagate fear through news media. They propagate fear. They put it in the foods. Some of the toxins that we get sprayed with and bombarded with daily. They put it. They use pharmaceutical medicines to keep you in a low state of consciousness, to keep you in fear. So that's why some of the pharmaceutical medicines you take, it says beware. Side effects could be suicidal thoughts. Side effects could be depression. Side effects can lead to all type of mental catastrophes because that's what it's designed to do. This place is being ran by demon forces. So expect nothing. That's what makes this place artificial. So you can't expect nothing but fear that's going to be propagated by them, by the enemy. These are our oppressors that gave us everything. Our oppressors gave us religion. Our oppressor gave us Jesus Christ. Our oppressor gave us monetization. Our oppressor gave us all of this shit that used as a weapon. That's why they say no weapon against me shall prosper. That's why every weapon they have facilitated over the past thousands of years has never prospered. There's nothing they can do. Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do to a light being? It's nothing you can. It's nothing they can do. This is why they have to get you here in the physical body to be able to do these things to you. If you in the upper fourth dimension, you in the astral plane in the fifth dimension, they can't do this shit to you. Yeah, you do have in the astral plane, you do have negative entities there that navigate the lower astral plane. The demiurges navigate the lower astral plane because you have different planes of existence. You have the mental plane, you have the ethereal body, different planes of existence. And sometimes these demiurges they navigate the lower fourth dimension. So when you go into a dream state, you sleep at night, you astral project, and you go into the lower fourth dimension. This is why you be having these ugly creatures chasing you. You ever had, yeah, whoever been asleep before and you had a bad dream so called, and you got these ugly ass creatures chasing you. That's the demiurges. Those are insecticides chasing you in your dream state. This is why they want to keep us consuming pork. Pork carries parasites. So once they get to you start consuming pork, you get all these parasites into you. So what you're gonna start having dreams about? You're gonna start having dreams about negative creatures chasing you. Thanks for them likes, y'all. I appreciate them likes. Yeah, I can't do nothing but speak truth, man. That's all I can do is speak truth. I don't know no other way. I don't know. Ain't no other way for me to be. Yeah, I think that's all of us too, man. Spiritual awakening. A lot of us do. We do. And that's one of the weapons they use against us too, to keep us asleep. They don't want you going thinking outside of the box. And like I said before, you're purposely placed around NPCs on purpose to keep you in a state of sleep. Because once you start thinking thinking outside of the box, once you start talking with intellect, once you start talking with knowledge, once you start thinking above the 3D reality paradigm, that can get you hated the most. Somebody would hate you for being smart. Somebody would literally hate you for being knowledgeable about yourself. They would literally hate you for being smart because they don't understand. They don't have a deeper understanding and understanding of themselves. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna reflect that off on you. So I'm saying you could be at a family cookout, you start hitting them with this knowledge. What they're gonna do, they're gonna shut down. They're gonna start throwing stones at you. That's what happened. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in Jesus Christ, but I believe the teachings of Jesus Christ is true because we are the Christ that the Bible speaks of. So that's why when you come into consciousness and you start talking this shit, this knowledge, you start talking this esoteric knowledge to your family, they don't get it. They'll start casting stones at you. What happens when you go on a job and you start talking so-called conspiracy theories? You automatically be subjugated. You automatically get subjugated to having stones casted at you because they don't have that free will like you have. They're not tied to a higher source like you and me. I understand and understand that I come from a higher source. I know this for a fact. I can feel it inside. I can feel it in me. Into plane, we have a back dream state, not the oppressive state. Yes, pharmaceuticals are bad, painkillers, etc. But yeah, about marijuana, I thought weed. Yeah, weed does help. Weed does stimulate the mind. Because I feel like if I do smoke the herb, when I do indulge in smoking the herb, I go into deeper thoughts. I feel like it awakens my mind, opposed to me taking a painkiller or a zany bar or any type of pharmakia, anything tied to farm. This is why they demonize. This is why they demonize herbal medicine so much. They demonize marijuana so much because marijuana is a plant that grows from planet Kai. They come. It's a natural plant. So anything that's natural, they demonize. Don't they demonize so-called black people? Well, the indigenous ones, the copper color Indians, right? Don't we get demonized all through their television programming? Haven't we been demonized since day one? Because they know we are natural to this place. We've been here since day one. So they do the same. That's what I'm saying. Anything that's natural to this place gets demonized. Anything unnatural to this place gets propagated and put up on a high pedestal and sold to you. So that's the same thing as alcohol. That's why the ancient word for alcohol is a ghoul. A ghoul is a ghoul being attached to your aura. So when you take in these different pharmaceuticals and you taking in alcohol, you attaching these ghouls and these demons to your aura. Remember I told y'all, we number magnetic. Your whole aura is a magnetic field. We are number energy beings having a human experience. So once you start indulging into these different pharmaceuticals and into this alcohol, you attach these outside demons to your aura, and they stay attached to you until you can cleanse your body and cleanse your soul of all this shit. That's why it's not a good idea to go to a doctor, they dock your ass. Come on, man. Oh man, let me stop, man. Come on. This is why they dock you at the hospital, and they shoot you with different inoculations, different pharmaceuticals. Because you look up that the word pharmacy used to be the ancient word for pharmacy. The Greek mythology for pharmacy is pharmakia. That means the mixtures of poisons, potions, witchcraft, and sorcery. So that's what you're getting when you're indulging inside of these pharmaceutical medicines. That's what you're getting when you're indulging inside of alcohol. Well, the ancient word for alcohol, like I said, is a ghoul. That's why they say they demonize marijuana, because marijuana is natural. We are natural beings. We've been here. That's why I said we've been here. And we get demonized. Anything that's detrimental to your human anatomy, or detrimental to your soul and spirit, because your soul can't take a lot of this shit that's going on here. This is why your soul does leave sometimes, because your soul can't take some of the shit that go on here. Because your soul is so pure. There's nothing more pure than your soul. This is why the reincarnation loop was facilitated, to get you to keep coming down here, to get you to lose your damn soul through different lives. You can reincarnate into your last life. You was a doctor, so called your last life. You don't stuck 2,000 kids with an inoculation that was detrimental to their health. So you sold your soul to the beast your last life. So see the mind games. You see the mind games that they play. This is a war for the soul. This is a war for the conscious. This is a spiritual war going on right in front of your face. Most can't see, because that's what I'm saying. Seeing is believing. You can't see the spirit. You can't see the spiritual war being facilitated right in front of your eyes, because you only can see with the two eyes that's inside of your forehead, the illusionary eyes. With your mind's eye, you can see the fucking spiritual war in full swing. If we was fully acclimated right now, and we can see into the astral realm right now, how the cats can, we can see all different entities fighting against each other. Most people think the multiverse and the universe is some lovely place. No, big wars have taken place over time. There's no such thing as time. We just gonna use time just to get my point across. Wars between higher dimensional beings have been taking place for eons. You can't put a time stamp on it. We've been fighting against the evil draconian reptilians and different star systems for eons. So the universe is just not some lovely place, because you have your good. It's dualism. But you still have negative forces out there. They show you all in these movies. They showed y'all in the movie Star Wars with Darth Vader. Darth Vader wanted to rule the universe. Yeah, pharmaceuticals out here. And somebody said, y'all go check out this channel called BDL 14. This dude is so damn smart, man. This dude is so knowledgeable. I learned so much from his channel, man. I'm gonna pull this channel up real quick. It's called BDL 14. He goes deep into esoteric knowledge. He has a deeper understanding on all the stuff that I be going into. Cause he touched on something. I'm gonna play this video. Y'all remember the character Batman? I know everybody knows about Batman, right? He said Batman signified white privilege because Batman had no superpowers. Y'all remember that? He said, and that made total sense to me. He said Batman signified white privilege because Batman had no superpowers. What did he have? He had all gadgets. He was a billionaire. He was rich. Don't Bruce Wayne remind y'all of Trump? Huh? Don't look. Trump has no superpowers, right? What does he have? He has monetization. He has the beast behind him, and he's trying to fight to save the corporation. Don't all the make America great don't all the make America great again fanatics all say save the United States, save America. We know America's a continent, it's not a corporation. But don't Trump ain't Trump trying to save this country so called this corporation? So didn't Bruce Wayne did that in the movie Batman when they put the bat emblem in the sky? Batman hopped in his Batmobile and he came flying to Gotham City trying to save it. So in all actuality, the villain in Batman was the good guy. Batman was the bad guy. You see how they use reverse psychology on everybody? Batman was a personification of white privilege, so called. So you could say the same thing about Trump. Trump is the personification of so-called the illusion of white privilege, even though white privilege really don't exist to me. But I'm saying, if you're watching superhero movies, Superman was really a superhero. Batman was the villain. The Joker was the good guy because he was trying to bring down Gotham City. Gotham City was a prison, was a concrete jungle that imprisoned everybody, that kept everybody working inside these skyscrapers, working jobs. Am I right or wrong, right? Am I right or wrong, y'all? You see how easy it is for me to put this shit together? Who else? Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. Look, I'm going to say that one more time. Batman was the personification of so-called white privilege because he had no superpowers. He had all gadgets. He had to literally climb up. He couldn't fly. He had to put on a fucking cape. He didn't have the superpowers like Superman. He didn't have that green Ethereum energy. That's why Superman personifies the Kundalini arising. That's why Superman has the S on his chest. The S represents the serpent. The serpent is the Kundalini arising. What monikers do they have on the pharmaceutical industry? Two serpent snakes around a pole, right? They took everything that we had that was natural and that was good, and they inverted it. So they took the Kundalini arising and inverted it. That's the same thing they did with the hexahedron. The hexahedron, like I said, represents earth, air, wind, earth, and spirit. So they took that, inverted it, and turned it into a pentagram. See what I'm saying? So it's the same thing as I'm saying with Trump. Trump is the personification of a Batman because he is a billionaire, so called, and he's trying to save the Matrix. Every time they say "Save America, Make America Great Again," matter of fact, MAGA is the highest degree in the Church of Satan for the ones that don't know. So they're trying to save their corporation. They're trying to save their de facto corporation that has to enslave you and I for hundreds of years. So that's the same thing Bruce Wayne tried to do. He was some geek billionaire working in some corporate office. And at nighttime, what did he do? He go put a fucking cape on. He had no superpowers. He was trying to save it. He was trying to keep his de facto corporation intact. He was trying to stop the Joker from collapsing his matrix. Right. Yeah. Joker went against the Matrix. Joker tried to save the masses, the sheeple from the Matrix. The Matrix was the personification of Bruce Wayne, of his de facto corporation. Because didn't the motherfucker, he worked in a high-rise building. He wore a suit and tie. He wore a suit and tie. He was a billionaire. He had a butler. Well, What a superhero y'all know got a fucking butler? If he's a real hero, and the ancient rule for hero is Heru. The ancient word for hero is Heru. That's why they stole that from us too. And they switched it over to a new moniker and start saying the hero. Batman wasn't a fucking superhero. If you go to a billionaire, if you go to Elon Musk's house right now, you can say Bruce Wayne it's Elon Musk. If you go to any of these peons, any of these reptilians' houses right now, they all got butlers. They all live in a Bruce Wayne lifestyle. Don't they all live in underground bunkers? Didn't Bruce Wayne live in an underground bunker in a mountain, in a cliff, in the rocks, in a cave? Didn't Batman live in a cave? Don't Elon Musk, don't Mark Zuckerberg, didn't he just build a bunker? Don't he live in a cave? Don't he have a high-tech underground cave facility? Didn't Batman have the same construct? So they telling y'all who they are. They go against nature. They unnatural. Batman went against nature because he wanted to keep his unnatural matrix paradigm intact. The same thing with these elitists, so-called. They all live underground, just like Batman. All the villains that ever tried in all these different Batman movies tried to bring the matrix down. They always gonna make the bad guy, the villain, look like the bad guy, and the good guy's always the fucking bad guy. It's reverse psychology. It's divide and conquer. You see how the mind games that they play? This is why most people are mentally fucked. Huh. This is why most are mentally fucked. Because they don't get it. It's common sense. All you do, look, they took a big ass puzzle piece, scattered that shit into a million pieces. Now all we trying to do is put the shit back together. That's all we doing. We just putting it back together, piece by piece at a time, man. And once you start putting the pieces to the puzzle together, you can start to see how everything has been made and used against us since the beginning of time, since these outside sources invaded this place and turned this place into a fucking prison. They put a whole fishnet overlay over the whole planet, man. We've been stuck in time, literally. We literally frozen in time. That's why I said you got to see things, believing. That's why they say 80% between 70 and 80% of people here have no conscience. They can't activate that Neo gene. Only 25, I'm gonna say about 25% of us here can activate that, can become Neo here. Only 25% of us. The rest of us, no, man. No, we can't. It's impossible. Because they told you that in the Bible. I can get the Bible out right now. And people don't know the Bible. The Bible, when you talk about the Bible in the book of Genesis, gene means the beginning. The gene means who you are. You got genes in your body, genetic gifts, right? That's who you are. They say you're genetically gifted. It means the beginning. Origin, Oregon, the beginning, original, right? So that's why in the book of Genesis in the Bible, they talk about the creation of this simulation. Now we at the back of the Bible. We living out the book of Revelations now because everything is being revealed in these end times. And when I talk about end times, I'm not saying it's the end of us. It's the end of them. People see these other channels. You go to these other channels and they talk about the end times this, the end times that. They fail to tell their subscribers when you mention the end times, it's not the end of a spiritual human. It's not the end of Planet Kai. It's the end of a Saturn Moon matrix. It's the end of a simulation. It's the end of imprisonment. It's the end of Catholicism. It's the end of religion. It's the end of monetization. It's the end of classism. It's the end of fascism. It's the end of everything across the board, man. So I'm saying these other channels not gonna tell you. They said, "Oh, it's the end of times." Nah, man, it's the end of this shit. We gonna be here a million years from now. I believe in 10,000 years, if you want to, this place will be magical again. That's why everything is going back green. That's why if you go look in the Sahara Desert, if you go to Dubai and after Saudi Arabia, everything is turning back green because Mother Earth is in a metamorphosis process right now of going back to her original state of all green, of going back to a magical world. That's why I say I believe in 5, 10,000 years, you'll be able to come here and incarnate and reap the benefits of coming here and having your full powers. Right now, we in the light cold lockdown. We in the right now we in the process. Mother Earth is in the process of cleaning herself and going back to her original state of how she was eons ago. Because what's faster than the speed of light? Thought. Ain't nothing faster than the speed of thought. You can think some shit into existence, right? You can think in your head right now. Hey man, I want a BLT. I want a banana. What happens? You make the banana appear. So there's nothing faster than the speed of thought. There's nothing faster than the speed of consciousness. You can close your eyes right now, go into deep thoughts and meditate, and you can put yourself into the multiverse because there's nothing faster than the speed of consciousness. Wherever you want to go into the multiverse, that's why you have Akashic records too. Your Akashic records enables you to see past and present. So you can go dig into your Akashic records and see the life that you lived here. You might have lived here thousands of times. You might have an old soul. You might have been here. You might have lived here 100,000 years ago. Your Akashic records enables you to go have life reviews. The Vatican, they know about this. The Vatican has a Akashic records too, buried deep underneath, buried deep under the Vatican. They know about all this shit. You can go into the multiverse and access the Akashic records. You can go back. So I said you can go back. You can go into a dream state and go back and look at all your life that you ever lived. But you got to be really plugged in. I haven't even got there yet. I'm gonna be already real. I can't get on here and cap and lie and say I've got there. This is what I heard. Yeah, you can go and navigate and look at all past life events because the universe. If you have an old soul, you can access the past and present. Everything is the present. They talk about it's just gonna happen in the future. There's no future, there's no past because when you're dealing with the universe, everything is now. The universe is not tomorrow. This is why the Gregorian calendar is a myth. This is why they keep us indulging in mythicism because you look at the calendar. The calendar is bullshit because there's no such thing as time. How you gonna say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do this next week" if the universe is now? If you can manifest right now, why the fuck you have to do it next week if you can do it now? You see what I'm saying? But sure, I got 10 people in here watching. Y'all show some love, man. Y'all comment. Y'all interact with me. Ask me some questions. I'm about to end this live. Yeah, ask me some questions before I end this live. I'm not gonna be on here much longer. Ask me questions, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Yo, I'm back. Sorry it took so long, y'all. I think I'm about to end this live. I'm gonna upload it. Y'all can go back and watch it. You know, I think this live is pretty jam packed with some wisdom for you all. Uh, just go back and rewatch it, whatever you want to do with it. I had one past life vision. I was a big band leader. I believe it. Yeah, that's where you get deja vu from. I've had deja vu so much, like I feel like man I've been here before. Like I'll go to a certain area, like man I feel like I've been here before. That's your past life. That's your soul telling you about your past life because it's embedded inside your DNA. Everything, your Akashic records, everything is embedded in your DNA. So yeah, that's true. I believe it. Yeah, that's true. How often do you meditate? To be honest, man, I ain't meditated in a while. It's probably been about a month. But when I did meditate, I did feel myself going. I felt myself flying and going to other places. That's just me being honest, man. Because we wasn't taught. We wasn't taught to meditate. Hinduism, all these different cultures, they meditate. Like India, people in India with the red dot in their forehead, they understand. They know about esoteric knowledge. The ancient Egyptians, we are the ancient Egyptians because America, we all know America is ancient Egyptian, Egypt. The Egypt in the Middle East, so called, that's New Egypt. This is the promised land right here we standing on. This is when they talk about Jerusalem. This is Jerusalem right here. Because Salem, the suffix for Salem is Jerusalem. My bad, y'all. Get tongue tied. Yeah, the suffix for Salem is Jerusalem. So that's why when you have the solar event that's happening on April 8th, you're gonna the solar storm, the solar eclipse is gonna go through seven different cities named Salem. But Salem signifies Jerusalem. Damn, I keep getting tongue tied. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, I need to meditate more. I do need to go inside more. I do. I swear I do. Yeah. You can close your eyes and meditate. When you close your eyes, what do you see? You see darkness. And I was telling somebody that darkness, what comes from darkness? Light comes from darkness, right? You go into a dark room, what happens? You cut the light on. So light comes from darkness. So that's why we're light beings. Especially if you have brown skin, dark skin. Because we came from darkness, come from light. The sun is dark. That's why the sun has a black hole in it. Like different black specks in it. Because the sun derives from darkness. What comes from darkness? Light. Light does. Do you lay in the bed when you meditate? I lay in the bed, or I've done it before, like laying in the tub. I've meditated laying in the tub before. I lay in bed. I put on some high frequency meditation sounds, and I'll just lay there, and that works for me. I mean, it might work for you, and that could explain why I love music from the time era 1930s and 40s. Yeah, man, you know what's so crazy, man? I got a weird feeling about that too. I feel like I was alive. I feel like my past life, I was alive like in the early 1800s, the early 1900s. I swear I do. I've always had an eerie feeling that I was here, my last life here before I incarnated again in 1988, because I was born in 1988. I feel like I was here. I lived here like in the early 1900s, late 1800s. I believe so. It's something inside of me. I feel like I do. That's why I feel like I was able to come into consciousness so quick. Cause I do feel like I was woke my last life. I don't feel like, I know for a fact I was woke my last life. Whatever happened in my last life, I believe I got lied to. So I believe I made it my mission to come back this life and do what I'm doing now, because I was already conscious. That's why we get downloads. Remember I told you about downloads. You already have it embedded in your DNA. It's just like when you get a new phone. It's just like when you get a new phone. You already have the uploads there. You just got to download the app because you already have it embedded in you. That's why when we die, it's weird to go light. We are the light. But all movies show us to be. You're right. They all programs to go to that light. That's where you get. That's where DreamWorks come into play at. Remember DreamWorks? This is why they tell you to follow the light. Follow the light. Go into the light. You're not supposed to go into that light because that light is the artificial moon. It's the artificial moon sucking in your soul, sucking your spirit into that light to start the reincarnation process, to bleach your soul and your memory. This is where you remember the movie Man in Black? When they took that white light, that beam, and shot it in front of their faces, made them forget who the fuck they was. So it's the same thing these reptilians do, the evil draconian reptilians. And I think I heard Jamal Rashad say they got real people up on the humanoid people up on that moon that's a part of this program. It's a soul reincarnation program that the draconian reptilians came up with. This is all technology. This is all ancient technology. This ain't new technology that they using on us. So that's what I'm saying. That showed us in the movie Man in Black, because they have to show us the truth in these movies. Because the CIA is in conjunction with Hollywood, and Hollywood's in conjunction with the CIA. So this is why when they come out with these movies, all these different titles, and they show us things in these movies, it's not a coincidence. They're showing you what they're going, what they have been doing, and they're showing you what they're gonna do. So in that movie Man in Black, when Will Smith, when something happened, they pulled out the beam and shot it in front of their face, made them forget everything that just happened. So it's the same thing they do to you when you come into this place. And that the light inside of the hospital when you come out of your mama's womb deletes your memory too. So that's why when you come in, that's why when you come into the Matrix, the doctor's right there waiting to get you. When you come into your mama's birth portal, the doctor's waiting there to get you. And then you see those bright ass lights. Those lights are the same lights that Will Smith used in that movie Man in Black to erase people's memories. So when you come in here as a baby, because when you come in here as a baby, you basically retarded because you have no memory, you have no self, you don't know nothing. So they use those white lights to bleach your memory. So they showed us that in the movie Man in Black. You should do a video on how to spot a reptilian. Yeah, I've done videos. I got videos like that on my channel. I got a video called Liz Files on my channel. I got a video called reptilians hiding in plain sight on my channel. I got a couple videos exposing shape-shifting nephews on my channel. Brother, I was on stage with my band. I was in a tux with a baton in my hand. I was high. I was a high yellow, light skinned so-called black man. I believe it, bro. I believe it, man. I believe it because I know that's number deja vu, man. That's number deja vu. They can send you through here 1,000 times. You can be reincarnated 1,000 times or incarnate into a body 100 times over. I do believe some part of you is able to remember what you were doing in your past life. And I believe it's more so. I believe it's more so when you come in here when you were adolescent, when you were a kid. Say you 5 years old. When you 5 years old, you still in tune with the spiritual world. This is why like I said earlier in the video, this is why they make it so, this is why they so hell bent on making you, this is why they so hell bent on killing the inner child and killing off your imagination. Because what kills the imagination? What kills you from going into deep thought, into remembering who you was, what you were doing in your past life? This is why they take you into a school system, into an indoctrination system, and put you inside of a fucking classroom, and they put you under them lights. Under them lights, those lights castigate certain energies, and it does something to your brain to where it makes you forget shit, and it turns you into a bot, into a drone. This is why most of the masses are turned into drones and clones. This is why most of the masses can't think for themselves. This is why most of the masses don't talk the way I talk, because they've been turned into clones via the school system. And when we talk about clones, people think, right, deja vu. When we talk about clones are made in labs. That's true, and it's places outside of the ice wall that's called Atlanta the Clones, where they bring clones in from this place outside of the ice wall, because it's different portals that they go to get to these uncharted areas. So they do bring clones in, and they do have underground facilities called DUMBs. These are called deep underground military bases where they make clones. But you can become a clone by becoming hive minded. So if you thinking like a million other people, so if a million other so-called clones go vote every 4 years, right? If you do the same thing that they do every 4 years, if you still believe in voting for the lesser of two evils, that makes you a clone, because now you're thinking like everybody else. You're not thinking for yourself. You're not gonna be that one. You're not gonna be that one light body standing in a field of zombies thinking, hold up. I'm not ready to go. This is an illusion. So if you thinking like the rest, that makes you a clone, because you become linked, you become chained together with everybody else's ideologies and mindset. That's what I'm saying. This shit's spiritual before physical on every aspect, on every level. That's why it's best to let all that shit go. If you, I know a lot of y'all probably still got people in your families, y'all, your co-workers, anybody y'all know that vote, that still vote and still believe in working a 9 to 5 job too. That's one thing I wish to see crumble in my lifetime, and I do believe we will. I want to see the 9 to 5 wage slave paradigm collapse, because I do believe that keeps that has played a big part. That has facilitated a big part in keeping most of us sleep under this age of Pisces. You know, because most people don't have the time to think for themselves anyway. If you stuck at a fucking job all day, real shit. Yeah, y'all got any more questions for me before I leave? Before I end this live? Anyone have any more questions? Y'all really showing love in this live. I got 7 likes on here. Y'all get them likes up. Give me get some more likes before I head out. Let me see if I missed a comment. Yeah, you do choose it. Whatever. Like you said, you light skin. I'm brown skin. I'm copper color. You do your light body in the astral plane signifies what type of avatar you're gonna be in this life. So it depends on frequencies and vibrations where you was vibrating at in the astral plane. Because I told you we light bodies before we come into the physical. So me, I know I incarnated into this body. I'm a copper color Indian. I'm brown skin. I'm so called black. So that means I fell in vibrations and frequencies. Because that's what happens to a leaf during the springtime. A leaf is green, right? And then when planet Nern, when Nern kicks in, Nern is the artificial winter time, because we know winter is artificial, and that connects to the moon's solar system. The moon is what signifies wintertime, what makes it cold here, because it's cold on Nern. They can't survive in the heat. So that's what I'm saying. During the wintertime, everything dies off. What color does a leaf turn in the wintertime? It turns brown, right? I'm brown skin. I'm light skinned to brown skin. So that means we fell in the vibratory rate fell. We fell in frequencies. So we turn certain skin colors, certain hues. That's why we call it humans. Hues of different shades of different colors. We fall in frequencies and different. We become different shades of what our light body is. It shows that you got 9 likes over here. That's showing me I only got 7. Yeah, YouTube be playing. Only 2 here. Yeah, YouTube be playing. It says I got 10 people in here watching. But I only got 2 people commenting. But shout out to Spiritual Awakening. Shout out to Mystic Akana Nathan. I think I spelled it right. Said it. I think I worded it right. But yeah, shout out to everybody that joined the live, man. I think I'm done enough talking for the day. Did y'all enjoy the live? Did anybody take anything from this live? Anybody get any wisdom, any overstanding, any insight? Did I open the mind up to anything? Any new perceptions? Yeah, let me know in the comments before I go. Anything, my next video, I think I'm gonna do like a presentation. My next video, I don't think because I haven't done a video, an actual presentation in a while. So I think I'm just gonna do a presentation in my next video. It won't be a live. And quick disclaimer before I go: this is for educational purposes only. So YouTube, do not strike my channel down. Do not strike this video, because this video is particularly for educational purposes only. Don't negate the fact that I got on here and I told nothing but truth. I guess in this age, you tell the truth, it gets you struck down. You go against community guidelines. But so I'm saying, disclaimer: this is for educational purposes only. This is what we do. I always enjoy your lives. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Count it down. Yeah, man. You always got to have your spirits up. That's how I get down sometimes too, bro. I think we all do. And they want us to live through our ego. And that's where the Demire urges lay dormant at. The Demire urges lay dormant in your alter ego. They lay dormant in your lower self. So They try to loose on you, man. Eat on. They literally try to eat on your ego, man. Eat on your emotions. This is how they stay in power. They stay in power by loosing on us. This is what makes this place an energy extraction matrix, because they want to keep loosing and keep draining us of our energy. So we putting off sad frequencies. You're gonna stay because they're sad frequencies, and then you have God frequencies. The sad frequencies is that was facilitated by Satan, because Satan's the king of the airways, right? That's where you get your AM, FM. That's where you get oxidized air from. It's from Satan. So they want to keep you low in this in sad frequencies, in a sadistic mind state. So you have to put your Christ consciousness on, man. Because I know they want to keep us sad about material shit and money, man. You know, paying our bills. So I'm saying everyday things to keep us worried. We constantly worry. I ain't gonna lie, I worry about shit all the time too, man. And that's a part of being here in this matrix. You gotta keep worrying about shit that should be naturally available to you. So we sitting here worrying about resources. They actually got us sitting here and worried about how we gonna feed our families and feed ourselves. These are natural herbs and resources that should come in abundance to us. Because like I said, Mother Planet Kai, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call her, is a living organism just like me and you. And everything here comes in abundance. So we should be able to go off into nature, pluck an apple off the tree and eat it. You should be walking into a convenience store paying for anything. Whatever you grow, that's what you should be able to eat. Whatever you build is what you should be able to live in. So if you build a house on your own discretion, on your own discernment, you should be able to live in that without having this government, the satanic ass government step in saying you got to pay property tax, you got to pay mortgage. Everything deals with death here in this illusionary matrix. They want to keep us in a state of death. We chase death all day, right? So the money that we spend, that we go so-called make every day, signifies death. What do you have on the front of the money? You have dead presidents or dead hybrid reptilians on front of the money. That's death. The money, the paper money was once a tree, right? A tree is a living organism just like me and you. So they kill the tree and they make this paper money. So they got us chasing death all day. So they got us going to work 50 hours a week to pay a mortgage. What mort means death. So everything is meant here to keep us chasing death. But I do think we should live like whatever you manifest, whatever you bring into existence, you should be able to reap the benefits off of that. So if you build a 5-bedroom house for you and your family, you shouldn't have the government shouldn't step in saying you can't do that, because that goes against nature, man. That defies free will. That's why this place is being judged. That's why you have all these. I know I said I was going to end this live, but you know when I start cooking, I get to cooking. This is why this place is being judged. That's why you see cosmic judgment. That's why you see in cosmic judgment play out. The universe, the multiverse, spiritual assassins are coming here to judge this place. This is why we in the end of their times. This is why the planet is judging all this unnatural shit. Because for one, they violated free will. Having somebody pay a light bill or pay a cable bill, but at first they have to get us to consent to it first. That's how they get us. Because they know universal law better than what we know universal law. Because we forget about these things when we come into this place as a baby and as a youth and into adulthood. They make us forget about universal law. But a universal law embodies free will. They go against free will. Everything they have us doing here goes against free will, but we consent to this shit. This is why you have to tell yourself out loud to yourself every day. You have to say, I don't consent to this. Because everything here is about consent, a contract. Everything here is about a marriage contract. You got to have a license. A lie. It's a lie. That's been all the ages of truth. Get you struck down. Yeah, that's why I say. That's why they call it a license. You got to be a You got to be a licensed. It's a lie. It's a lie, and it don't make no sense. You got to be a licensed practitioner. You got to be a licensed doctor. You have to be a licensed driver to travel and navigate on free stolen land. They call it a license. It's a lie and it don't make no damn sense. You got to have a license to study medicine, pharmaceutical, so-called. That's bullshit. Because these people, most of the people that study, that take on, that practice law and study law, they're uneducated. They don't know shit. They don't know more than what you know. They just have a title. That's all they have is a title. Do not never give these people more power over you that have all of these titles. Lawyer, cop, doctor, teacher, husband, wife, etc. Because these are all fictitious and false titles. These people do not know more than what you know. Because once you get to talking to them, you start realizing like these people don't know shit. They want to seem like they want to give off the perception, the persona. Oh, I've been going. I went to college 30 years. I am intelligent. You don't know shit. You've been indoctrinated by your oppressor for 30 years. They taught you what they wanted you to know. You don't know shit. Yeah, they just it's braggadocious at the family cookout. It's just when you have a family reunion, you could be that poster child. Like I had somebody tell me the other day. This woman told me, she said this guy spent $40,000 to take his family to Disney World. It's not the fact that he did it because he loved his family. He did it so he can brag about it to his peers. That way, when he goes and gets in these circles and around all these different people, he can brag about what he did. Oh, I just spent $40,000 to take my family to make it seem like he's a good guy. No, you're not a good guy. You a piece of shit. You a peon. You in all actuality, you a peasant. The more money you have, the more paper money you have, the bigger the slave you are. Because the dollar bill donation, the dollar bill domination that was facilitated by the Federal Reserve in 1916 is nothing but a promissory debt note. So the more you have of that debt note, the bigger the slave you have. So if you have 500K and you have 500K in the bank of liquid currency, that means you a straight up fucking slave. If you live in an $800,000 house and you paying a mortgage on that and you sign a 20, remember I told y'all, everything they do here, they have to get you to consent to it. So what do you do when you go sign those papers to start paying your mortgage on your house? You become a fucking slave. So if you live in an $800,000, $2 million house, you just a slave to you put a yoke of iron and you connected. You are financially and spiritually all the above chained down to the 3D reality paradigm. You can't get on here and say that you're going against the system and you for the system. You do everything that's for the system. You got to pick a side and stay there. Yes, my mom was bragging when she got her Tesla. Zombies, man. Only zombies. I'm not just with all respect. When I say this, man, what I'm saying this respectfully. Most of the zombies be in these fancy cars. They be in Teslas. They be in Lamborghinis. I mean, you can have you a little nice ride. To each his own. Ain't nothing wrong with having you can have you some nice things, but you're not supposed to worship your possessions. Some people get this material shit and they start worshiping this shit. If you want to buy, you can reap the benefits of your manifestation. So if you going out here and you busting your ass for yourself, I believe you can get yourself some nice things. But as long as you ain't worshiping that shit, you good. Yeah, you said your mom tells them that her sister and my auntie got a new model because they all in competition with each other. You see what you just said, spiritual awakening? So your mom bought a Tesla, then your aunt, uncle, and everybody else follow suit because they all in competition with each other. This is a competitive. And here in the physical reality, it's all about competition. Only cyborgs drive Teslas because when the grid goes down, them cars ain't gonna be no good anyway. Them cars is pieces of shit. It's all about bragging rights. It's not necessarily the fact that they want the Teslas. They probably seen your aunt probably seen your mom go have one. Let me go outdo her. Let me go get a newer model Tesla than what she got. It's all about competition, man. You competing over material shit. And I bet majority of these people that drive these cars are brain dead, man. They have no conscience, man. They have no spiritual connection. They can't connect to source, man. They don't have an idea along different paradigms or dimensions, man. They have no idea. They have no idea that they're living under a light cold prison inside of a 3D reality. They have no connection to nature. They've been that movie Dumb and Dumber is more prevalent. It could be more real than today. They telling you more you can come down here and live multiple lives, and after each life you don't got dumb and dumb. Your last life you was dumb and unaware and unconscious. You came in here and you reincarnated into a new body. You dumb and dumber. You got dumber than what you was the last life. Because back in the 1700s, see, that's what I'm saying. They read history. They had all this technology. It's nothing new under the sun. People think this is new technology. We got solar energized rides. Man, they've been having that shit for hundreds of thousands of years, man. Cell phones been around hundreds of thousands of years, man. This technology ain't new. This is ancient technology we dealing with here. Y'all gotta think. The multiverse is a hologram. This matrix is a quantum computer. It's a hologram. It's you only get it's a come on, man. Huh. Yeah, my mom got 4 boosters. Oh shit. She got all the inoculations. Yeah, they all juiced. They all took the hot sauce because they don't know no better. That's what I'm saying. These are baby. That's what the government is for. The government is there to govern your mind. That's why they call it the governing body. They're there to govern your body and to govern your mind. Because if you're not in control of your consciousness, they're gonna control your consciousness for you. So they tell you, hey, go take the hot sauce. You're gonna do it because they have a hive mentality. All bots, zombies, and I'm gonna keep it light. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. I'm just gonna say NPCs. All non-player characters are organic portals. They all think on the same accordance. So if one go get the hot sauce, you're gonna see hundreds of. I'm gonna show y'all better than what I can tell y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. No, I ain't gonna show that because they might strike me down for that. If you see one NPC getting the hot sauce, getting the Kool-Aid, you're gonna see hundreds of thousands of them following suit. That's what we seen happen. That's what we seen happen over the past 4 years. And women love competing. Yeah, they love competing with each other. Blood. Sometimes then they cut my live off and they cut it back on. Sometimes blood don't make you relate. They keep cutting my live off. Like I said, each time you come down here, they have to give you a family will be NPCs. You will be the only one conscious in a family full of NPCs. And that just is what it is what it is. And Star Trek and Get Smart, those 1950 they had all cell phones. This that's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing new under the sun, man. This technology been around for eons, man. That's what the technology that the reptilians deal with is ancient technology. This shit's been around that's what I'm saying. I don't even like putting a time stamp on this stuff because you can't put a time. That's what makes time an illusion in itself. Because there's no such thing as time. Because there's nothing new in the multiverse. There's nothing new in the cosmos. There's nothing new here on planet Kai. There's nothing new under this fermented dome. This shit's been going on as far back as you can think of, man. Real shit. Like I got 144 on my timestamp on my live. That's crazy though, man. That everybody in your family went bought Teslas like that, though. Don't they know that the grid about the? Don't they know that ain't gonna be no such thing as going into a convenience store, cutting a television on. Ain't gonna be no such thing as none of this, because the power they're gonna shut the grid. The grid's gonna be EMP is gonna happen. Electromagnetic pulse is gonna happen. I did a video breakdown about that too. Yes, that's inevitable. The anything connected. If you have a vehicle that wasn't manufactured before the year 1983, it would not be able to survive an EMP. Because anything tied to the grid is gonna shut down. It's gonna go offline. We're gonna be offline for a few months before they finally put us back online with the electromagnetic grid. Because they're gonna blame an outside entity for doing it. They're gonna blame China and Russia. Y'all already see it happening now. They already putting it out there now. It's called predictive programming. They already telling you, hey, China might be responsible, Russia might be responsible. They keep talking about World War Three. World War Three is not a physical war. World War Three was a war for your conscience. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people talk about, oh, World War Three is gonna happen. China and Russia and Iran and Israel are gonna fight with each other. Yeah, that might happen, but that's gonna be stage theatrics. That's gonna be them That's gonna be the shadow government propagating a World War Three, just like World War Three was scripted. Every war that you ever seen facilitated on the television has all been one big movie production. But World War Three was a war for your conscience, man. World War Three already happened. It was a fight for your conscience, for the mind. Because all wars are hoaxes. And I know pretty much a lot of you. My family thinks they are saving the environment by driving Teslas and not petrol cars. Oh man, wow, man, wow, man, god damn, huh? Wow, man, they actually think that. They showed the masses that in that movie. What's the name of that movie? I just watched that movie. Leave the world behind. They show you what's gonna happen. Planes and shit falling out the sky. Them Tesla cars ain't no damn good. Give me a minute, y'all. Yeah, they showed everybody in that movie. So I told y'all the CIA is in conjunction with Hollywood. And Hollywood's in conjunction with the CIA, so they have to put the truth in plain sight. They only show you what's to come. I mean, there ain't nothing to be scared of. It's just it is what it is. I'm trying to put some tape on my camera, y'all. Give me a minute. Let me read. P had his people who got all those bitcoins, electric money. How they gonna get their money is what I'm. Yes, it's all gonna be deleted and erased. A new system's gonna be facilitated and fermented and brought into existence by the shadow government. It's gonna be like an antichrist. It's gonna be a one. It's already a one world government now, but they hide the fact they use their world stage puppets to give the masses the illusion that there are different frictions going against each other. They do probably have behind the scenes friction between each other because you do have different orders, different secret societies. You got the Jesuit societies do have friction with each other, but the hypothesis they give the masses the hypothesis that they're going against each other. In all actuality, it's a one world cabal. It's a one world shadow government being ran by a certain bloodlines. But they do have friction with each other at times, though. I do believe that does happen. No, they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to access none of that. All that shit's gonna be cash is gonna be a thing of the past. They be messing with you. Yeah, I know they keep cutting my live in and out. The clones perish for lack of knowledge. They ready? Yeah, they do. Yeah. Most will perish from lack of knowledge. They will because wisdom is vital in these times. You have to have that. You have to have discernment in these times. That way, you can be able to see. You can be able to predict and kind of have an insight on what's to come. Right, right. In the Bible, they say one woman will be taken away, the other one will stay. One man will be taken away, other one does mean NPCs will be disappearing. Yeah, because if you still tied to this artificial construct, you can perish. You will perish. It's if you still saying you're black, if you still saying you're white, if you still believe in the judicial system, if you still believe in Catholicism, if you still believe in religion, if you still tied to material, if you still tied to classism, if you still tied to monetization, if you still tied to anything that embodies the 3D reality Saturn Moon Matrix, you will perish. You will perish with the Matrix. If you're involved in the pharmaceutical company, you will perish with the Matrix because that goes against nature. Anything that goes against nature will perish because I told you these are different wars being fought on different fronts. You have a cosmic war going on. You have cosmic judgment going on. That's why they say X marks the spot. X represents the birth of a new system, the birth of a new world. It's the end of an old cycle. It's the beginning of a new sun cycle. So that's what the solar eclipse signifies. And then when we speak about what I was about to say, when we speak about unnatural, anything that goes against nature has to go. So if you still tied to anything that's unnatural that goes against planet Kai, or other known as Mother Earth, you're going to perish with the simulation. Because all that keeps you tied to the simulation. He said, I'm not into the Bible, but it's yeah, the Bible is a playbook. The Bible, they tell truth in that Bible. The Bible has so many truths in it. Give me the physical money, silver, gold, then electric money. I'd rather have gold. The paper money is worthless. I'd rather have some gold, something like that. The paper money ain't shit. Yeah, give me some gold. Paper money ain't the paper money ain't shit. Yeah, man, but I appreciate y'all rocking out with me for the one time, man. I do. I appreciate everybody that joined the live. Thanks for coming in, hearing what I got to say, because I think ain't no thing I know it's the law of attraction. You're only gonna attract like minded beings like yourself. So I feel like on this channel, I attract like minded free thinkers like myself. You know, that's what it's all about, being a free thinker, man, and being able to think for yourself without having somebody to tell you when to eat, shit, sleep, vote, sneeze, fart, take take an annihilation. That's what it's all about, man. Just being able to. Ain't nothing better than being a free thinker, man. Instead of being, because we've been subjugated to mental, like more of a mental imprisonment, man. And once you start waking up, you start taking these chains off of yourself mentally and spiritually that has been put on us over time. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna upload this live. I don't think I said anything that when it gets community guidelines. So with that being said, y'all, I'm in the win. I'm out. Salute.